Hello my crafty friends. Today we're going to be altering a dress form, and this is for the Disabled Artists Foundation. It's one of the design team projects, and so I've taken the dress form apart because this base really scares me how flimsy it is, and I want to change it. In fact, I think everybody has changed the base on them, so I'm just showing you how I did it. I took that off, and then we're taking this off. My daughter Hannah fixed this for me, and we're going to put it on here, and I'm going to use a glue gun and glue that down. And so it's going to be like this, and this is so you can put a photo. If you bid on this and you win it, you can put a photo in here or a recipe card or whatever you want. We decided we wanted to make it practical as well as beautiful. So right now we're working on the practical part. And this base I found at the thrift store. It had some more pieces up here that you would hold a candle. So my husband cut that off for me so I could use this as my base. So she will set on top of it like this. So it's going to be fairly tall, but I think it's a beautiful base, and it's really sturdy. This is cast iron, so it's really sturdy. And the only bad thing about this is that it costs more to ship because it's so heavy, and that is a concern, but I decided to go with it anyway because everything else I found wasn't as good. The other thing I thought of is taking this piece of wire. This was wrapped around here just to hide this this soldered joint here. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to take it and wrap it around this piece in here. And then I'm going to twist it some. And we're going to use a glue gun on this too. To hold it in place. And it's going to come out here. And then I'm going to use it to wrap back around this and help this stay on. I'm going to use glue as well, but I want to be able to have both things stable inside, and then we'll put it back together and we'll put it on here. So I'm going to go ahead and pause a minute and get my glue gun heated up. Okay, got my glue gun hot, and what I'm going to do is just take and put some glue all around this. Down there. Now I don't want to get any inside that hole because that's where the other side connects in. And I want this to kind of stand up from it, so I think that's pretty good. And we're going to do the same thing down here. Okay. Get that out of my way so I don't hit it. I wish I had. Oh, I'm going to have to let this dry. That's pretty good. This one's still a little bit soft. I'm just going to go ahead and put this together because I don't think it'll make any difference now. Okay, it just snaps right back together. And then we're going to attach this on here. See if I can reach in there and grab that. There you go. I don't know how much actual help this is going to be in getting this to stay put, and how much it just holds it still while the glue dries, which is fine even if that's all it does, is hold it still while the glue dries. Okay, so you can't really make sure there's no sharp pieces. Okay. Now my plan was to use E6000 on this because I thought it would show up less than the glue gun glue, but I'm not so sure it will. And if you're looking at it straight on, I don't think it'll make much difference which one I use. So let me get that glue gun back. This is all trial and error because I've never done anything like this before. So luckily it hasn't been unplugged very long. But this is what it looks like now. And I think it's going to be very pretty once we figure out what kind of dress we're going to put on her. Hannah's going to come out in a little bit and help me with that. So after I get it glued, I'll pause to let it cool down and everything, and then we'll set up to dress her. Okay, let's go ahead and okay, now then, got some strings flying, but I think if I hold this real still, it should attach pretty well. One thing though, not sure I like that much glue sticking down, so there, that's better. Okay. I think she's very stable. So this is what it's going to look like. And of course, a lot of this pretty stand is going to be covered up by whatever we decorate it with, but this way we can make it a short dress or a long dress, whatever we want, and it'll still have a pretty base. So I'm going to go ahead and pause, and we'll be back in a little bit. Okay, here we are, and Hannah has kind of mocked up a pattern where she's putting darts in, and just to see if we like what we're going to do. And right now our plan is to have these little flowers around the neck to kind of cover up that opening there, and to make a bodice out of this fabric. And then, can you help me with the skirt part? And then we're going to make a skirt out of this fabric with an underskirt made out of this to give some fullness down here. So that's our plan right now. I'm not going to make you watch us do that. I mean, not every step. We'll show you each step, but Hannah's going to have to do a lot of pleating, and I'm going to do some gluing, and well, I guess you can watch a little bit while I'm figuring out our thought, Hannah's thought. I'll just give Hannah all the credit here today, because this is mostly all her plan, was to put this on, and then let me put it directly, we're just going to glue it directly onto the doll, the dress form. On the dress form. It's not a doll, it's a dress form. And in with pleats, so that it will add some bulk under the skirt, but not so much bulk that it looks silly. So that's our hope. And in doing that, let me just see which, I might as well go ahead and start gluing. I'm just going to work with this however, you know, when I get it where I want it, I'll cut it off at that point. Instead of, I tried gathering it with a gathering string, and gathered it was just too poofy at the hips. So we're just gonna use pleats and just glue each pleat to the dress form as we go, because I don't know any other way to do it where it we are not dressmakers, so and I didn't want to mess with trying to get out the sewing machine and figure out, you know, neither one of us have ever made doll clothes or whatever, so. What? Did you not, is this not what you wanted me to do?
No, I just need to pin this wrong side out so I don't have to move my pins over.
Oh, that's true.
Actually, there's no wrong side out.
Okay, then you're good.
Yeah, but this has a bit of fluff in the front, but I think it'll hide better if I can it this way. Just so I don't have to move the pins over, because I've tried to transfer darts from one side to the other thing on this dress I'm adjusting. Hopefully.
You need to talk so people can actually hear you if you're going to talk.
On this dress I'm trying to alter it so that it fits me in the shoulders, and it's really difficult to try and move your darts from one side of a thing to another.
I agree. So, luckily you figured that out before you got started sewing.
Yep.
And luckily, it doesn't really matter with this one because it's the same on both sides. These are pieces of
Silk hanky
scarves, I think, yeah. So we're hoping that this lacy stuff will kind of peek out underneath, even if it's just a little bit underneath this. We thought that would be fun to have sticking out.
Layer depth, I suppose, than really everything being super visible.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to pause a minute because it'd be hard for you to see. Do you want to
show them for a second what I'm doing? Wait, let me get this last one.
Why don't you move over here and do it if you want to? And you can show them just a little bit, and then we'll pause it until you get it finished.
Okay.
You'll have to kind of lay it down so they can see. And I think we want to cover her up a little more than that.
Sorry. we'll have to put some straps in because this is it on tension alone.
Yeah. Well, we can actually probably just glue it down.
Yeah.
So she's putting pleats right here. Darts. Excuse me. Darts right here. Are you going to need darts in the back or?
Probably, but I'm just shaping the front first so that I thought I'm going to pin it in and then I'm going to unpin it at the back. And then I'm going to sew in the darts, and then I'm going to put it back on to make sure it's a lot of...
A big process. Okay. All right. We're going to pause now and get to work. Okay. We came to a conclusion that I'm going to start by just gluing the darts in the fabric and then gluing it to the dress form. And we're going to hope that that will work. So we can make the pleats long enough that they will be, that they will lay nicely. And I think I'm going to have to do them from each side here. I've never done this before. Can you tell? And it's sticking to my paper down there.
And we're sorry for anyone out there who actually makes doll clothes for us to watch this.
Yeah, that's true.
You don't mean to bring you pain.
Oh, but it's probably happening. Okay, and then next would be right there. And we may get around there and decide this isn't going to work, but it was the...
I would probably pleat this side up to the middle so you can make sure it fits this before you're finished gluing.
So...
make it symmetrical so that there's going to be more fabric in the back rather than we have an uneven amount of fabric around the doll when we're done.
Okay.
It made sense in my head.
No, I think you're right. Plus, that way the pleats will be going away from the center, yeah. So, now I may have to cut off from both ends, but that's okay if I do. Okay, I think I'm going to do one more before I... Oh, now see, I've scooted them closer together.
Oopsie.
Yeah, let's go back and... Okay. Well, that's how we're going to do it, except I'm going to do it from both sides. So I'm going to pause until we are ready to move on to another step. Okay, I've got the underskirt ready, and I'm just going to glue it on here, just around like this. We don't really want to change the silhouette. We just want to make it puffier down here. And so I'm actually going to glue it pretty low so that maybe it'll show underneath the dress. We'll start, whoops, by just setting this in the center down. Never had to glue a dress onto something like this before, but
you seem to be doing well enough.
Well, we will see if it's well enough or not. Okay. I'm going to glue this down just a little bit further down here so it'll maybe not stick out as much. Okay, here's our underskirt. Hannah's working on the bodice right now. I want to see kind of where we'll need to put the...
Well, I do think we're going to have to put a belt on it because some of the darts in the bodice don't finish very well. We need to hide the crimes.
I agree. I'm kind of scared to iron this because I'm not sure it's made out of silk. If I knew it was silk, it wouldn't be as scary to iron, but
well, the iron has a synthetic setting.
Yeah.
Okay. Not terribly comforting.
But I think we're gonna need to try.
Yeah. To
iron it because it's gonna.
Well, you can put it on the synthetic thing, or I guess you could put it on cotton and stick it between the pieces of a pillowcase. That might protect it pretty well.
That might. Okay, I'm going to let this dry and let Hannah finish what she's doing, and I'm going to go try to iron this and see what happens. Be right back. Okay, we've got the bodice on, and Hannah's working on the skirt now. We're going to put it on next. Just thought I'd show you our where we're at the moment, and we will be back in a minute with an update. Okay, we're back with a little bit of an update. The glue kind of discolored this right here, and so we decided to get some gold trim. If I can figure out which way is the, and put it around here. Like this. Only I think I'm going to put it right at the top. No, it needs to go right there. Anyway, we're going to just follow this around. So that's what I'm fixing to do next, and I'll show you what it looks like once I get that done. Hannah's working on the skirt right now, so we're getting it. It's just been a little bit of a struggle. Okay, I'm going to show you what we've got so far. Here's the bodice with the trim, and then here's the skirt, and Hannah just gathered it all up, and it's a pretty poofy skirt.
Somehow looks nicer on camera.
It does look better on camera, doesn't it?
We're not terribly happy with it, but it looks nice on camera.
Well, it's you know, you have something in your head and you just can't make it come out that way, and that's I think once we get the
I have an idea for the belt, but we need to put the skirt in place first.
Okay, but I was just thinking if we put the belt, no, that doesn't, never mind.
Depoop it, no.
It doesn't depoop
Nothing
it. Okay.
depoops the skirt, Mom.
So we're going to get the skirt in place and get it tied off so it'll stay gathered, and then glue it in place, and then we'll work on a belt for her. So we'll be back at that point. Okay. Well, this is what we ended up with so far, and then we decided we tried a bunch of different things with this gold. We tried to tame the poof in the front with this, but that didn't work. And we finally decided we're just going to make a belt like this and let that be good. So that's what I'm fixing to do, and I will glue it down, and then I can show you the kind of the final thing here. We're going to also I want to decorate around this part right up here too, because I don't want to just leave that hole there. Okay, I'm going to have to just kind of hold this for a minute. I think that Hannah and I have both come to the conclusion that we are never going to be the people who make Barbie doll dresses. Designing one on paper and getting it to work as two completely different things. Okay, there she is, and there's the back, and her underskirt, lacy underskirt, is still there, and the other thing I thought we would do, and I may need a hot glue gun for this, but I'm going to put these little flowers let's see, I had 4 in there earlier, and I'm going to see if 3 will work. 4 was really really poofy. I think I like the 3. It fits around that round thing, and it's not quite as poofy as 4 would be. Okay. Oh, don't use those scissors, Lisa. Good grief. I think this is a job for hot glue though, so let me get that real quick. Okay. I'm gonna just put a bead of glue around this. Put all 3 flowers in. And that is what she looks like. This is going to be in the one of the upcoming auctions for the Disabled Artists Foundation. And so I'll have the information in the description box below the video of how you can find them if you don't know about them, and it's a very worthy cause. And so I hope you'll go and buy our little lady. By the way, I can't remember if I told you this before or not. Let me find something. It's probably pretty obvious, but just in case it's not. We made her where she could hold a picture or a recipe card or whatever you wanted to put in there. We just thought it would be fun for her to be useful as well as beautiful. So so that's how it goes. Thanks. Bye-bye. God bless you.